Hi adventurers, and welcome to Rolling with Twenti. I'm Twenti, your chibi D20 guide to all things tabletop. Whether you're brand new to Dungeons & Dragons or just looking to level up your online game, I'm here to help you master the tools that bring your TTRPG worlds to life. Let's roll initiative and dive right in. Today we'll be learning about how to make a character in D&D Beyond. This video is not sponsored, I just really love using this tool and I want to help others learn it. Let's head over to the site now, and don't worry, I also added a link in the description below. So here we have the D&D Beyond screen, or their home screen anyways. A couple things you want to do before you get started on creating a character. If you don't have an account, go ahead and already make one with the login button that's up here. I already have an account with this place, so I don't really need to make an account again. If you do have an account, go ahead and head over to collections and go to my characters. Here's my character screen. As you can see, it is currently empty because I don't have anything yet. So let's go ahead and create a character. We're not going to focus on the pre-made random or quick build today. We are just going to focus on the standard. And also, if you need a little bit of extra help, don't be afraid to click the beginner box, but you don't need to today since I'm here to help. First, we have to start with naming our character. Thankfully, D&D Beyond has this fantasy name generator that you can use to help name your character. Let's see here. I like Mayil, but let's add a little bit more. Mayil Ray. Very beautiful, very nice, very demure. Here we have these source boxes. You can mainly leave these alone and just talk to your DM about which ones they prefer having checked or not checked. Remember, always ask your DM if you have any questions about the campaign. Now let's go ahead and move on to picking our class. Here we have all of our classes. There's a lot, and I'm not going to get into all of them. That'll be a series that'll come up probably in the next few months. We're going to go easy and just pick fighter. Whenever you do go to confirm your class, be sure to read over the small summary that they have available. And if you don't like the class that you picked, you can just go over to this red arrow, click remove, and you'll be right back at the class screen. For fighter, they like to have their fighter traits. I will also give a video about what each proficiency means. I'm going to go with perception and animal handling because I want this fighter to be semi lives in the woods, semi is in the city. Her fighting style will be archery. I will also get into the different types of fighting styles, but not today. And for weapon mastery, if you see here, there's these status effects. I will also be making a Twenti classroom video about those later. But for now, we'll just go with what matches our character best. So she needs a short bow. I am very partial to the, where is it? Where'd it go? Scimitar. And then just to give a little something extra, we'll go with the blowgun. Now we can move on to picking our background. Here's the background page. As you can see, I don't have very many backgrounds available to me. You can get more backgrounds as you buy more guidebooks and source material from D&D Beyond shop. So we'll go ahead and just go with the haunted one. Go ahead and pick a couple of proficiencies. We'll do investigation and survival. A couple of background languages, maybe she knows Elvish, maybe she knows Infernal. For picking languages, you want to go with either what best fits your character's background or what may be popular or available in mass numbers around the area that they grew up in. So maybe my halfling character here grew up around a lot of towns with a lot of elves. And maybe someone taught her Primordial. Now we will move on to our species. Here's our species page. As you can see, we've got a nice wide range of races already available. And when you pick your race, it tells you their traits and it gives a small definition and summary about the race. I'm gonna go ahead with the halfling, and don't worry, if you don't like your species, you can simply just click change species and go back to this menu here to change it. We're gonna go ahead and keep this one. Now, depending on the species that you chose, you may have a few fields that you have to fill out. For halflings, I only have to pick my languages. And since I already picked my 2 languages earlier, I'm not quite sure what else I want to pick. So we're gonna go ahead, go down to our bottom left corner of the screen, and we're gonna find the D12. See what we get. Well, I already speak Orc, I'm pretty sure. I already speak Orc, so we're gonna re-roll that. What is going on? We will pick Dwarvish, and then apparently have to pick just one. Common Sign Language, I will go with that. Now we can move on to our abilities. Here is our ability score screen. As you can see, each score that we get here will help determine how well our character does in which field. I won't get into each field here today. That'll be a 20 classroom video later. But how you can best remember is, how many tomatoes can you carry? How well can you dodge a tomato? How well can you handle eating a rotten tomato? You know that tomato is a fruit, but you know not to eat a tomato-based fruit salad. But let's see how well you can sell a tomato-based fruit salad to someone. There are 3 ability score generation methods. There's the standard array, where you just get a collection of numbers and you just fit where it best goes for your character. The point buy, where there's a pool of points and you just assign points to where you think they belong. And then there's the manual/rolled method. This is a method I see very commonly used, and don't worry. If you get a bad roll, don't be afraid to ask your DM and say, hey, I somehow managed to get a 6. I have seen that happen before. Can I please re-roll this stat? And most of the time DMs will say yes. Now, as you can see, I went ahead and already rolled everything here for us. So we're gonna go ahead and plug all of our numbers into where I think they belonged. Since this is more of a Dex class, and I do plan on adding Ranger to her levels later, I'm gonna make Dex and Wisdom her top scores. Strength, she doesn't need a whole lot of strength. She's fine. She lives in the woods, she doesn't carry that much. Charisma, she could be very charismatic. Not super intelligent. With a decent constitution, since she does live out in the woods. We're gonna go ahead and apply ability scores. And here you see an ability score increase. This is basically just a free 3 points for you to put in wherever you want. I'm going to go ahead and use the 2 and 1 point scores to kind of help close this strength gap here. So we're going to put them in at strength. And then what's our next lowest one? Oh, our intelligence. Go ahead and add our intelligence. Click reapply. And as you can see now, this is looking a little bit more even. I'm going to try to build up this character to have a little more strength. Maybe try to find some magical items that up her total strength score. And now we're going to move on to our equipment. Here's our starting equipment page. As you can see, there's a heavy armor, medium to light armor, and just taking the golden run options. We're going to go with the medium to light because this person is a ranger/archer person. And I still get to keep a little bit of gold for myself. Also, as you can see, because of my background, I get a little bit of extra starting equipment. Be sure to click Add Starting Equipment. You don't want your character running around naked unless you are a monk or a moon druid. And you don't have to click Add Equipment multiple times, because then that'll increase your total carry weight and that'll weigh your character down. Please do not ask how I know. For other possessions, these are basically flavor items. Maybe your character has a silver locket of their mom with a picture of their mom, or something like that. Just a little thing to add a little bit of backstory. Sometimes your GMs may want you to have a magical item starting off. If you want to get a better look at what magical items are available to you, just scroll up, go to Game Rules, and go to the Magic Items tab. Here, we can pick out what kind of stuff we want. So I want an armor that is common to uncommon, and sure, we'll make it require attunement. Filter the magical items. And now I can see all the things that match what I put in here. So now that we've got our character all equipped, we are basically almost done. You can go and export your character sheet here into PDF if you prefer to have a paper version, or you can look at the digital character sheet and roll off there. This is your character sheet. You have now made your character. You can click on stuff here to roll for proficiency, roll initiative, make your saving throws, and a ton more things. There will be a tour video of how to navigate your digital character sheet. But with that all done, you have now made your character. Now that you've finished creating your character, you're now free to go and take them on as many adventures as you want. Be sure to have fun and like and subscribe, share with your party, and remember to always roll initiative. Bye-bye!